Hey guys, this is Bryce Milbrandt with Keller Williams Realty Advantage in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just wanted to give you a market update. This is really just a video that I'm going to share kind of what I'm seeing, stats, and really just an update of what the market as a whole looks like in Tulsa right now. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I've got some stats that I wanted to show. Okay, so you guys should be able to see this right now. This data is from GTAR, which stands for Greater Tulsa Association of Realtors in Tulsa. So it's a really good, it's a really reliable source. They're the ones that literally have all the data on the sales, what's going on in the Tulsa market. So this is specifically for Tulsa County. So that includes obviously, parts of mostly Broken Arrow, Tulsa, Jenks, Bixby, all of that. So that's the market that I'm in. That's the market I'm interested in. So, and also you'll notice this says October. They always have the month before. So they obviously have to collect all the data for October and then they release the report. So this one is for October 2020. So if we look at this, really what I wanted to highlight and something that's really important is, and I'm going to use this to draw, yes, is right here. You can see it kind of goes through a list of a bunch of different things that are a bunch of different statistics. So you can kind of look through those. The ones I wanted to really highlight, and as you can see, it's like the market's crazy right now. It's really, really hot. It's definitely a seller's market, and this data kind of explains why. So I'm going to start with down here, this number, months supply of inventory. So what this number tells us is how long, if there were no new houses on the market at the rate that the houses are selling, how long would it take to be completely out of inventory in Tulsa? So that number is 2.83. So it would take a little under 3 months for everything to sell off, which that's a really, really low number. And that's one of the biggest indicators of whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market. Around 6 months supply of inventory. That means that there's a decent amount of houses on the market. So that means, this is kind of basic supply and demand. The less supply, the more, and we're kind of running into two things here, which I'll get into more of that later, but there's a lot less supply right now, which makes prices go higher. And there's a lot more demand right now because interest rates are so low. So there's kind of those two things working at once, which is why we're seeing such big numbers here. But anyways, that's a really important statistic that's showing that there's just not a lot of homes on the market. Compared to last year, there's 36% less homes. So that's a really, really important statistic. And then likewise, this kind of shows us as well that it's a seller's market is that average days on market to sale. So, and these stats are comparing October of 2019 to October of 2020. So this is saying 38 days back in October 2019, the average days on market for a house was 38 days. That's dropped 34% down to only 25 days. Now, that includes the big $1 million houses, that includes the $100,000 houses that sell really quick. It includes all of them. So, but just the average, like overall, has gone down that much. So that's really interesting as well. Again, just shows us that houses are going quicker. So, it's really important to just know this kind of info, or for your agent to know this kind of info. And then the next thing, and this is where it's, good news for sellers, but average sale price. This is kind of interesting. So we'll look at the average list price first. So this is how much the property is listed for. That's gone up 30%. So the average in 2019 was 193,000. In 2020, it's 251,000. That's that number right there, which is just crazy. It's shot up like crazy. Especially in Tulsa, we haven't seen that kind of growth. I'm not even sure we've ever seen that substantial growth. Places like California, different Colorado, places like that, like they can see that, but we have never seen this amount of growth like that. I don't believe, at least. So that's a pretty pretty interesting number. And then what's really interesting is that went up 30%. So that's already like, okay, great appreciation for whoever owned a home. And then the average sale price. So the list price is how much you listed for. The sale price is how much it actually sold for. That actually went up even more, 31%. So, I mean, homes are going quick and they're generally going for above asking price. And this kind of shows that this next statistic, average percent of selling price to list price. So that's like, if you sold it for 100,000 with this metric, you would actually get 97,000 back in October of 2019. But now that's even gone up, and you're only 1.5% on average off of what your list price is. So again, just really, really strong numbers showing that it is a seller's market, that we honestly need more houses on the market to, there's a lot of buyers and they're ready to buy. Again, low interest rates, historically low, again, before below 3%. So there's a lot of different factors that are affecting this, but low interest rates, supply and demand, there's limited supply, a lot of demand with how low the interest rates are, and those two factors are making for prices they're making prices go way up. So now that's the funny thing is, even if, let's say, you're a first time home buyer, if you're looking to make a move, obviously it still is a great time to buy, because you're able to get such a low rate locked in for your mortgage if you are using a mortgage. If you're not, it might not be as good of a time, but and especially as a seller, it's definitely a great time to sell right now. So that's just a little bit of info for you guys. So yeah, I mean, really it's just my job as a realtor to understand these numbers and make sure that whoever I'm working for, they know that I understand these numbers, and they know that practically speaking with this, the good houses are going really quick because there is so much demand. And, we've definitely seen some recent transactions that had multiple offer situations with 1 or 2 days on the market. And it's pretty competitive out there on the buy side, which is, if you're on the sale side, it's great for you as a seller, because, there's people fighting over your house. So that'll obviously drive the price up for you. So just wanted to share some of this info with you guys. Hopefully it's helpful. And if you guys need any help, have any other real estate questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to help. And I think I'll attach my number here at the bottom, and then I'll also attach my email. It's just brycemilbrandt@gmail.com. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was informational for you. Thanks.